Why scootering?
Because I was good at it. Literally, I think that's the main reason people start to scooter like from the young age, because it's fun, it gets the blood going, and when you're a little bit good at it, then you just keep progressing, and my progression came up really fast, like just 1 year. I think that I was riding just 1 year, and I released the video, and I was pro. It's easy.
Too easy.
It's too easy. But I don't know why scootering.
You had many options, huh?
Actually, at first, I rode BMX for 2 years. I had this heavy-ass GT bike. I don't know if they even make bikes anymore, but whoever rode BMX back in the day remembers the company GT. Literally, this bike weighed like 15 kilos, and I was like just double that at this time, and it just wasn't possible. But one thing what I got from BMX at that age, I learned 360s with this bike, and I think that was one of the reasons I got so good at spinning with scooter. Just I did already, I think I even did 540 at some point with BMX when I was like 9 years old, 9, 10. And then, yeah, when I took scooters, then like 720s came on quick, and I think it was like till my first video when I landed my first 1080, and I was 13 years old.
Yeah. You started biking like 13 years ago, yeah?
Biking, I think I got my first bike 2007, so it's
like 46 years.
It's like it's like in the 90s pretty much. 13, 17 years ago, I started extreme sports, like in general. Actually, I think I started extreme sports when I was born, just doing some crazy shit with a normal bike, and that's what my parents said. Like we cannot buy you any more normal bikes, you destroy them all, the sidewalks, everything. I jump and just all the tires. I press the brakes, get the tire smell going. I was a proper boy when I was a kid.
You were always outside, huh?
Yeah, literally. Like when I was a kid, we didn't have screens like kids do nowadays, So it was all the outside, If you wanted to ask someone out, you went to his door, ask, is he home? If he's not, you're gonna come back in a couple hours, If he's not home, then you're not gonna come back. You're gonna see another day.
You can't text them?
No, can't text them.
I couldn't go past the stop sign as a kid. So like we lived in a cul-de-sac, and it was a long street, and I couldn't go past.
Oh, you had like a restriction?
Yeah, well, I was like 6 and 7.
Branson was like, Branson and I would just mob go-karts.
Well, here, when I was a kid, it was just be home at 10, or something like that,
It's different.
But I grew up out of the city as well, It was the place where everyone knew everyone, and so there wasn't really nothing to be afraid of. Like the big roads were quite far away, so it was good to grow up at this place, It was forest, we can build shit, climb in everything, like proper boys' childhood,
Yeah. So how far from Tallinn?
It's about 30-minute ride.
Oh, that's chill.
Nothing bad.
Yeah, that's cool.
But there was like good lakes and stuff near there, so it was always good to just on a hot summer day go with the boys, with the bikes, right there, be all sweaty and then jump in. I'm quite surprised, like I didn't die when I was a kid, because we did some crazy shit. Like I was like really small, we and the boys were like, oh, you think we can swim across the lake? I don't know, but we'll try. And I swear to God, I like every time we did it, I was like halfway through, I was out of my breath. I went to my back, little bit rested, and then moved forward. But there was so many close times, like oh shit, That's when I remember back to now. It's like oh shit, that was actually close to dying. Yeah, I think God just protects the children, Let it go, Let him go,
He's gonna do something.
He's just a child, For real.
Are you religious?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Perfect segue into that.
I believe in me. That's what I think every human should believe in. First believe in yourself, then start believing in someone else.
Yeah. So that translates into scootering, huh?
Like you have like believing in yourself translates, I think, in your confidence of doing anything, whatever you put your mind into, and scootering, if you try to do new tricks, you fail over and over again. And, getting that mindset to get back up and give it 100% like every try you did before, it takes the mentality to do these things, because every fail, every try, it just pushes it down, and bringing it back up is hard sometimes. And sometimes you do some tricks and you have failed like multiple times. You start to give up and you're not like putting focus on the trick anymore. It's just like hoping it's gonna come and hoping it's gonna land, but actually it's all mindset games, and you have to be 100% there to actually do it like perfectly.
Yeah. It's just as much mental as it is physical.
Yep.
Dude, it's horrible. What do you think scootering can teach you that school can't?
Just fall and get back up. And I think, I don't know, in school I didn't learn nothing. I didn't even learn English in school. All the English that I started traveling with a scooter. That's the practical way how I studied English. And well, I had a little misunderstanding with my English teacher as well, but
What do you mean?
that's not important.
Okay.
She didn't want to teach me. I didn't study. It was like mutual. So yeah, but when I got to, I think my first outside trip was 2013 for the Scootfest ISA World Championships, and I was riding for Phoenix back in the day. And when my parents gave me to the team and I got to meet them, then well, meeting is one word, but I couldn't speak English. My mom told them like, yeah, he's gonna talk to you with hands or something, but actually the whole trip. Well, I could say a couple words, but the whole trip, it was like really flowy, like in the end of the trip, I was like, damn, I got to communicate with these guys just by my hands and stuff like this. So it gave me a first glimpse of what it is to really like be in the English environment.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the proper English learning started.
From trips rather than
From
school.
trips, yeah.
Yeah. Because you're actually doing it. Like, you have to.
Yeah, you have a
rather
choice,
than-
You
yeah.
just figure out the way. And that's with scootering as well, you gotta figure it out. One way or another, just figure it out. That's like in the past years, it's been like, we've been filming, and then like you get mad and then you're like, figure this shit up, figure this shit out, because, yeah, just figure
You
it
just have
out.
to.
There's no other option.
Do you think
Becoming sponsored takes the passion out of riding.
No, I don't think getting sponsored takes passion out, but I think just doing competition takes passion out of riding, because competition is just such like forward thing. Like it's by the book pretty much. You know your runs. You have to do the time. You have to be physically there. And the competition overall, it's not really enjoyable in my option, because it's a tight schedule. You go to the skate park, new skate park, you can ride half an hour, 45 minutes tops before your qualification runs. And how is this enjoyable? In competitions, you go from just chilling next to the skate park looking at it, and then for that 45 minutes you do the best tricks in the world pretty much, to get your run down. And it's quite exhausting when you have multiple categories to go to. So it's just back to back to back to back. When you compare it to like filming a video or doing a street jam, it's like more like a community thing. You are there, you chill, you have time, you can put your calm down, put your mind into it. But yeah, what was the question?
Do you think that becoming sponsored takes the passion out of scootering, or like your love for it or your drive, basically?
Well, I got sponsored 2013, so it was more than 10 years ago, and I'm still pushing the limits, still doing the tricks. So I don't think it takes the passion. It might even give you more passion or more motivation, to prove that you're worth of the sponsors, or prove to yourself you're worth of the sponsors, or prove that you are in the community. You belong.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Passions me. and doing all sorts of tricks. I like just do everything. I'm like they say nowadays a hybrid rider. So I don't care what spot it is. It's street, it's a pole, it's a park, it's a mega ramp. You can find ways to enjoy riding every single one of them.
Yeah.
So I think when you can ride every single one of these things, you can really enjoy scootering at a whole new level.
Yeah. As a whole, rather than just like
Yeah, exactly.
being contained in one area.
I'm trying to be too smart with these fucking answers, I think. Fuck it, I'm gonna just freestyle now. Fuck you, fuck everyone, and fuck him too.
Fuck yeah.
Action!
What's something you want to accomplish outside of riding?
Fucking good question. I think once I'm done riding, I wanna push the others to be the best in riding. I'm actually interested in the body culture, so I wanna start learning that as well as I do my own career still. But in the end, I wanna I wanna push the people, as much as I can push myself. I wanna translate this into pushing the others.
Yeah.
And I wanna produce the craziest videos of the world. I've been slacking on videos lately.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get back into it and produce some crazy videos because I think like we said before, like the videos, the passion what you get from the videos just by filming it pushes you even more forward.
Yeah, because it's yours.
Yeah,
It's what you want to produce rather than doing it for someone else.
exactly. Or comparing it to the competition, it's just no feelings behind it. It's good feeling to land a run, but making a good video is more giving it more. Estonia is the tourist city, it's beautiful like you see behind me. So we got, how do you say it, disturbed by some tourists. You're welcome here. If you have money, if you don't have money, don't come here. It's quite cheap actually here. It's not a problem.
Just bring money.
Just bring money for me,
Oh, what the fuck?
Wasps. No. Bee.
B.
Bees.
So.
Be a bee.
Be a bee.
Bee.
That's a whole lot of money.
No.
What's your least favorite style of a rider?
The main thing what I hate is this big ass knee pads with small ass shorts, Short shorts are like, it's just, I don't know. I can't even watch the clips when I see it, I scroll really fast away, And the second one is small scooters. Tall guys, small scooters, their backs are like a boomerang. It's just ugly. And if you put these things two things together, god damn.
Backs like a boomerang.
They go like.
Yeah.
You have to feel comfortable on your scooter, I bet when all these small scooter guys try tall scooter, yes, you cannot do like fucking spree, buttercup, bar, whip, heel, rewind, but you take couple of tricks away, and I bet you 100% you're gonna feel so much better riding your scooter. It's gonna go more than enjoyable because I know that in my experience, I move forward with the dimensions of the decks. Like every year, or every 2 years, I go a little bit more if it's the width or the length. I feel better, and I don't want to go back down never. So I think when the smaller scooter guys, they start trying bigger scooters, they don't want to go back to smaller one as well, It's addictive.
For sure. I mean, you see everyone kind of do it. That's still relevant.
Yeah, but I still see park guys with big ass shoe numbers riding a deck that barely fits their 1 foot.
Yeah.
How can it be enjoyable? Tell me, how can it be enjoyable? It
Tell
must
'em.
suck. It must suck ass.
How do you think riders should be compensated as far as from manufacturers or other sponsors?
Compensated?
How should they get paid? Do you think they're
by
getting
money?
paid enough? Yeah,
By the
not in carrots.
cool thing about the riders, lively problems, you can give them carrots if they need carrots, If they need to be stronger, give them carrots. What I think scootering needs more sponsors, I think pro riders living from manufacturer paydays isn't good enough. Because manufacturers, it's hard for manufacturers to just keep all the pro riders by himself, When we get like big ass companies like whatever, then where the client tour is more widely, widely around the world, it's much easier to make living out of that one.
Yeah.
Then hope that the manufacturer pays their whole like live worth, I don't know what to say more. What was the question?
I was just, how do you think, do you think scooter riders get paid enough?
Yeah, it's good rides don't get paid enough. But it's never been about the payday, it's been all about the passion for me. It's why I started to doing this sport, I didn't start doing that sport because I knew there's a big money inside of it, I started to do this sport because of the passion of the love of the sport, and it still is because of that, I make more money outside of scootering than I'm making scootering, so and I still go competing and to push the limits in the same way I always done, so it's the passion to it, it has always been.
But you can get Versace glasses and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's no panda boy here.
So later down the line, do you want a family? Do you want kids?
Yes, of course.
How many kids do you want?
2 kids.
2 kids?
Yeah.
Both boys?
Nah, first one boy, second one is a girl. So a big brother can look after a small sister.
Is that how it is with you?
It's the same way with me, with me and my parents. It's me and a smaller sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure hoping for the kids one day. But what I have learned from the fathers, I know that after they get a kid, they go pussy mode. Like, literally, they're not trying it. I understand it in some way, and then you have someone to take care of.
Yeah.
And you cannot do that stupid tricks that we do sometimes, push the limits. Some tricks make no sense, but we still you see a little bit of sense to it, and you believe in yourself, you still send it. Sometimes you regret it, sometimes you don't. But in the end, everyone should have a family,
Yeah. How do you think that goes into trying stupid shit? Like when I watch you ride, you're just like, oh, I'd like to do this. And I'm like, go for it. I don't know what the fuck.
Well, for sure, like I said, the father-son thing or the father and his children thing, I will definitely, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I need to do, my checklist of tricks that I have to do. I have to do before I'm getting children, because after that, I might not have the balls to send it, I gave half my balls to my son.
That makes sense though. Like, do you ever think about consequences?
No, I think
Wait. Sorry, can you say consequences?
Consequences.
Hey!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right.
So, the consequences. What was the question? Sorry.
Do you ever think about the consequences? of
Yeah, I
something?
think that's the problem with consequences, I've never thought about them, Okay, some ways, yes, but the main focus is about landing the trick, like the form of the trick, That's the main focus you have to put in, Every time I have done some new trick, I think about landing on the wheels, That's the main thing I'm landing. So after that, I can focus on putting my body in the sort of position, bending my body to land and ride away from the wheels. But if you start to think of the consequences, it's downhill from there. I think that's you cannot. Well, you have to face your fears,
Well, if you overthink, you lose confidence, and when you lose confidence,
Exactly.
do you ever think about death?
Yes. Most of the time I don't think of it. I never think of it. But there's little glimpse and I think, oh shit, I only have this one life. And it's then I don't exist anymore, It's just this small glimpse. Then I go really far away from my body. And I just think of it how small I am compared to the whole universe. And then I just go back in,
Yeah.
It's just I think, but it's a small glimpse when I think of it once a year.
Like once a year?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, when I was younger, I used to think about it a lot. Like I was in Santorini just staring at the rocks, and for like 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I'm no longer gonna exist one day.
Yeah. That's the thing, you know. That's the thought that takes you really far away, you know. It like stops you, you know. And when you think, oh, I'm not gonna exist, you know, in 100 years, none of us will exist there. You know?
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy to think, you know, 100 years. It's not really a long time actually, if you think about it. Yeah.
No, it's weird though. It makes you want to go do things.
Nah, you know,
after you get
I
this
have
weird-
a feeling that when I get old, they have the technology, they have made the stuff to humans to live longer, you know. So I'm not worried, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you have to go with the life as well, you know. Like, it's gonna be okay, you know. Everything's gonna be okay, you know. And if it's not gonna be okay, it's better to think that it's gonna be okay, you know.
Be naive.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah.
Just we get to the problem once we get to the problem, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you don't remember anything before you were born, so
I don't remember first 2 years as well, you know. It's weird.
you remember after 2?
No, I think I have the first glimpse like at 5.
Same.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
my 5th birthday.
Yeah. When I went to the kindergarten and stuff.
Do you speak to him in Estonian?
Oi! Joo, kuule, seal on kaamera. Vaata, ära puutu seda ja pole hullu.
No matter where you go.
The children, you gotta love the children. Just talking about the family, that's some shit you have to handle.
Yeah.
Breathe in, breathe out. Smell the roses, blow the candles.
You told me that once.
Yeah. Some smart man told me that one.
Who?
Don't remember.
It was you?
It was probably me reading it online. No, but it actually helps. You should all try it before like your competition runs or something like that. Smell the roses, blow the candles.
Hold on, let's do it. Yeah, that was
It's
good.
better.
So do you get anxious?
Not really. No, I don't get anxious. I don't know what's the definition of anxious, but I definitely get a little nervous, you know. But I think the nerves are normal, you know, with such a thing, you know. I think the nerves went away for me for a bit when I did a lot of competition in a row. But now when I went back to fees from like 9 months being completely off, like the first street qualifiers were, I think, I felt the nerves really. But when we went through the week and I had park qualifiers, first I had even street semis, and till like from the park qualifiers, I felt no nerves anymore, you know. And then I enjoyed it, you know. You can make the nerves to enjoyment as well. That's what I've learned or like teach myself, you know. Just throw out the nerves and then enjoy the moment, you know, because it's your moment, it's your time to shine. So it's always good to translate into it to be good for you, not to be hard for you, you know.
Yeah. Turn it into a positive.
Exactly.
Because it can be such a motivation, but a lot of people take it as like, oh, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, but a lot of people stress out and, you know, then they fail as well because they're stressing too much, you know. Can't stress too much. Go with the flow. If you're not gonna do good, you're gonna do the next one, you know. You're still gonna give it to your best, you know.
Yeah.
No matter what, you know. It's a competition. It's hard competing, putting these tricks down like in a row. But if you fail, you go back to training and you come back to the next competition and give it the best again.
True. So what's something outside of scootering that you do, like an outlet that you enjoy?
I have a lot of hobbies, you know. I'm an active person. And I do anything. I play basketball, I play football, I do disc golf, like every sort of sporting activity that we have freedom to go to. I try it, you know, and anything new, you know, motorsports as well. I like cars, you know. I do karting, drifting at the winter. I actually want to get into drifting and in Thailand as well, and proper like competition. But I think it takes a lot of time, like to build the cars and stuff like this. But that's the thing I would love to do, like put more focus on it behind scootering, you know.
Like down the line? Yeah. I want to do Formula Drift. So it's just so much money to get into
Yeah.
the stages of going into drifting.
Yeah, anything with formula inside, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, true. Just so much in tires, parts, like just everything for the car.
Yeah, it takes a lot, you know.
And
It's
then
just
towing it, gas, fees to just drive and practice.
exactly, and everything together to, you know, get knocked out in the qualifiers. You know, not even do anything. Yeah, it's. I think motorsports in general are really expensive sport. You know, I think scooters are good for it. You know, scooter parts you can get full scooter. You know, it's like $500. I think. Is it?
Probably.
Yeah, like $500 you can get the full scooter. You know, and it can last you for months. You know, and you can have countless sessions on it. You know, but. You know, one drift event, it's gonna cost you $1,000 at least.
Oh, for sure.
And let's not talk about anything breaking under the car, you know, then it's gonna run you some more.
Dude, it's wild. But drifting, yeah, that's interesting you say drifting. It's cool.
It's fun.
It is.
I've always had front wheel drive cars, but my mom has always had like sportier rear wheel drive. It's fun to rip them.
Mm-hmm. You rip them on the dry surface?
Yeah. We don't
Yeah.
have snow or anything.
Oh,
so
yeah, true, yeah.
when it gets a
And
little-
it rain as well.
yeah, it doesn't rain too much.
Oh, lapsed, ei, minge eemale, palun. Aitäh teile. They were just checking literally the kids behind. I wish we had the second camera. We had the producer, the director,
And the PA.
the PA behind the camera, just checking if it's all good.
It's Spider-Man. Dude, they're just menaces, but it's,
Yeah, but that's
they
good.
need
You know,
video.
it's better to have the screens.
yeah. Better than having the screens, huh?
Better than using them and having them, everything.
Yeah.
Let them climb trees and fall off.
But actually, I wanna get into the skydiving as well because I had a chance. I did the whole course, like to jump alone, like straight up jump
you've
alone.
been able to jump alone?
No, I
Oh,
had a
oh,
chance. I
oh.
did the course and everything, and it's like two guys are in the side of it, like both sides, and they control you. You know, you check your attitude and everything. But you land all alone, you know. They just are there for your free fall.
Yeah.
And then
They let you go.
to make sure that you can get the shootout and everything. But then you land alone. And to be honest, I was doing it alone, and I missed the date, you know. I didn't rush into it, and I lost the date, and I didn't do it. You know, you can call me pussy.
You're a pussy.
I'm a pussy.
You
I
missed the
didn't go.
date.
I missed the date.
You just didn't want to go.
Yeah, I was moving it forward, you know, going there alone. I wish I had a partner in crime in that sort of things, you know, but I can get it, you know. The first one is difficult.
Yeah.
But, you know, the goal is to get the license of the parachute and, you know, do the skydiving in every city you go to, you know. Imagine every city, not watching them on the ground, you know, not going around the city or top of the hill. You go top of the sky, you know, and you just fall down, you see the city, you know. I think it will be the best, you know, in front of your eyes to have, like from every city, you know. You just know what it looks from up high, you know.
You're just a bird in every city. Something different.
Yeah, go ask me.
So, what's your least favorite company?
I think my least favorite companies are the ones who still are on the small scooters. They're not going into the 6 wides. If you are a company and you're not doing 6 wides, fuck you.
Who's your least favorite rider?
I have many of them.
Okay, give me 3. You're confident.
You know who you are. You know who you are. You know exactly who you are. You know exactly what you have to change. But you don't want to. You want to add tricks. Add the extra whip. Add the extra bar spin. Yeah, that's what the extra does, you know. No, unkickless. Kickless. You wanna add that one unkickless or kickless? Go ahead. Do your thing.
Just stay the fuck out of the way.
But stay the fuck out of there.
What's your favorite moment in life?
My favorite moment.
What's something that comes to mind when you think of going back to that day and experiencing it again? In scootering and then out of scootering.
I have many memories like in scootering that are just great, you know. Just some filming for like some videos, either it's collision or this is scooter, and you know, you land your many like crazy tricks in one day, you know. I think that's the best feeling ever, you know. You do something crazy and everyone is hyped. Or landing something big is the best feeling ever, you know. Like I all the time remember me landing the 1440 in 2018, and the crazy thing, it was first try, and the filmer was just like walking across the park, and I did the attempt before, just the 360, because I think there was a filmer as well, and I was like, I'm not gonna just ruin the attempt second time, and just sent it and landed it like perfectly, you know. That's the only time I did the 1440 that I actually knew what was going on like around me, because I count the seconds for 1080s, 1, 2, 3, and then just put my hands in front. But at this time I did the 3, and then I just saw the 3 so well, and I put the hands in front like the whole fourth spin, you know.
Yeah,
And
after the 1080.
yeah, and I saw the landing, I sticked it. It was like just perfect. Just a perfect moment, and just everyone coming, running me down, you know, hyping me up, you know. That's the feeling to go for, you know. All your friends are there, you learn something new. That's the feeling like a lot of people don't get, and that's the feeling to try for. You know, accomplishing something, you know.
For sure, yeah.
You know, it's like getting out of your comfort zone, showing yourself, you know, that everything's possible, you know, and showing the others especially, you know. I have a saying, you know, I have done a lot of things first, like a lot of tricks that no one else has ever tried, and I all the time go by saying, you know, everything's possible, it just hasn't been done yet, because people, you know, there's many tricks, people do them first, and then like the other people are just catching up, and then like 2 years later, like half of the world does this trick, you know. And it's with a lot of tricks. Well, my tricks are a little bit maybe more complicated. Like I think like these flip combos and these things, it's hard to try. It takes a lot of courage to try these things, because these things can go wrong in like a little wrong move, and these things can go upside down real fast.
No pun intended. Like, look at your fucking ankle.
My ankle, that was just miscalculation. I don't know. That was a bug in my system.
A bug in the matrix.
Bug in the matrix. It shouldn't have happened, but it needed to happen, I think. I think everyone has that one injury, you know, on their career that throws them off the course, and it's you that has to put yourself back into it, you know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people can't get their courage back, but I think this didn't happen to me. I'm still as brave as I was before this happened.
Yeah, it was crazy when I was messaging you. It was like, what, 2-3 months after? I was like, how's the ankle feeling? You're like, great. It's like the most Roomet answer I could ever get.
I didn't let it like fucking, it actually wasn't great, you know. It took time, you know. But it got better a lot quicker as well. But the whole getting better, the time was so long, you know. Like there was so many steps on the way that, oh yeah, it's better, but it's not enough, you know. It's better, it's not enough. It's better, it's not enough. And it's still all the time, when it got better, I still saw long time ahead for recovery. But I never let it like to get me down, you know. I always said, yeah, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be good, you know. It's already good, you know. I can see it, but it took a long time for sure. So a lot of people can lose themselves in that. Like I'm sure if I wasn't being strong at this time, you know, I could have lost my like drive for scootering as well, because it's mentally hard to be 9 months. You cannot walk 9 months. Well, I could walk like the past 3, you know, but 6 months. It was fucked, no walking, and first 3 just on the couch, you know. It of course you're gonna think about sending the next trick, you know, sending the trick again, what got you down. Like, is it worth it, you know? Yeah. Should I do it? Do I also wanna be in the same position, like not doing nothing for 9 months, you know? But that's the thing, you know, you have to be bigger than the trick that you fall on, because it wasn't a trick, it was just a bad coincidence. Oh, fuck.
Consequence?
No.
Coincidence?
Coincidence.
Yeah.
It was just a bad coincidence with the trick, because I fucked my foot up, my ankle up with 540 flare, you know. I can't even count the amount of times I have done this trick, you know. I've done this trick over 10 years, you know.
Yeah.
And now it just gave me that weird injury. You know?
It's time and place.
Yeah. It just, things happen. You just have to look over them and just keep going.
So, if you had to build a coalition team, who would it be? You plus...
Well, we own the coalition right now, because we won the last one.
Okay. So, you want your team...
Yeah, my team, back to back. It's me, Tidin, Mattis and Tante. That's a gang team, you know. And we went crazy on that collision. Like, we had the plans, we had the, that wasn't the video filming that we usually have, you know. We get clips, no, the clip has to be like wow effect, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of times there was like clips I did like 1 hour, 2 hours, you know, just to get it, you know. So many times giving up. wanting to give up, you take a rest, you sit down, you drink water, and you're like, fuck, giving up isn't me. And you go back and you go back. Actually, there's some good like Dissidence B-sides of me trying the longest front board.
Yeah.
I smacked so much my body into it, just falling on the rail on my ass. And when you fall on your ass, you get all dizzy in your head, and it's just so painful. And take some time for yourself and go back on and try again.
You did the backflip 180 flip in sunglasses and a bucket hat, no?
That was the many front flip.
Oh yeah, true.
That's actually a crazy story, Like, there was a Dissidence bus that we randomly was like with, I think it was like two other teams. We just moved onto it and went to that spot because girls wanted to do that rail and some other guys wanted to do and Tidin wanted to do the rail clip as well. And so we just pull up with all the gang, the girls doing the rail, and I'm just looking at the spot. I'm like, yeah, this drop is fucking gnarly. I should do something. And then I was like, but doing something like straight up is kind of boring, And I looked, there's like a big hop before the drop, and I was like, just starting to do mani. I wasn't even thinking of mani fronting at first, but then I said like, well, if it's not here, if it's never, It's like the perfect spot for the combo. And I wanted to get out. I was started to speak the others that like, yeah, I might do it, Everyone like really didn't believe it, but it actually made sense to me like a lot more than the others. But then I was thinking like, oh, but it's a big drop. I need to get some pads. But the bus was pretty far away, so I said, fuck the pads, I'm just gonna do it. And I think from Matteo coming, I think I failed one mani, or something was wrong with the mani, and I did the second one and landed it first try. Thank God I landed it first try, because the impact from like the landing was so gnarly, and like it was the perfect landing because the impact just was perfectly on my legs, on my hands, and I could take it like just like 50-50 with my legs and hands. Yeah. But my sunglasses threw, my bucket hat threw. Yeah, it was a fucking scene.
Fucked. We got like, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe. I just want you to say...
Pussy.
Pussy.
Pussy, pussy, pussy.
No, I want you to say these words.
Look at the leg muscles. That's where you get your pop, kids, from your thighs.
Okay, say the first word.
Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus.
All right.
Okay, the second one.
Yeah.
It's okay. Anaphylactic shock.
That was great. And the last one.
Consequences.
Consequences?
Consequences.
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 Yeah.
Consequences.
We've been working on that one.
Yep. And hippopotamus. Hippopotamus?
Hippopotamus.
That makes no sense. I'm telling you, like English is crazy with the pronouns. One word can pronounce this, and if you try to do the same method on the different word, because the writing is the same, it's completely different.
Yeah.
It just depends on the word.
It's like lead and lead. Or sorry. Well, no, bed, lead, whatever. But then read and red, and there. But they have the same sounds, but then some things are spelt the same way, but said differently. Like read and read.
Yeah.
It's like I'm reading, but I read that.
It makes no sense, but also, like, it's an easy language, I would say. It's easy language because I know it now. Yeah. But yeah, I try to learn some. Oh, I should fucking say some Estonian words to you.
Yeah.
Ryland is actually funny. He sees some street signs, it just yells the word,
Ettevaatus.
He saw a warning. Ettevaatust.
Ettevaatus. We gotta go in a sec.
What time is it?
12:10.
Okay, say these two words.
Elevandi con diudi.
Elevandi kondi üdi.
Elevandi con diudi.
That's a tongue twister for even Estonians.
Rongirattad.
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 Ah, that wasn't bad.
Elevandi con diudi. Di.
Pretty much.
Say it again.
Elevandi kondi üdi.
Kondi üdi.
Kondi üdi.
Kondi üdi.
Yeah.
Elevandi kondi üdi.
Yeah.
Elevandi kondi üdi.
Perfect.
Rongirattad.
Yeah, you good.
Rongirattad?
Yeah, rongirattad.
What is that?
Rongirattad ragisevad.
Rakisevad?
Yeah. Rongirattad ragisevad.
Ragisevad.
It means like train wheels are scrattering or something. Like they make a sound, train wheels.
Yeah.
Train,
Oh, screeching.
Yeah, screeching.
Screeching.
Yeah.
Okay. Train wheels are screeching. Rongirattad.
Because it's tongue twister in Estonia now.
Okay.
So you came in like fucking hard ass birds in.
Kind of. I mean, the anaphylactic shock, I'm surprised you even got. You
Yeah,
said it well.
some things I got lucky.
Yeah. But
Like some
consequence.
tricks as well, you know. Like thank God, this one got first try.
Thank you, because you said you believe in you.
Yeah, thank me. And last but not least, I wanna thank me. I wanna thank me for believing in me. I wanna thank me for doing all these hard tricks. I wanna thank me for never giving up. Never give up.
Never. I appreciate you.
Oh man, thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me. That was sick.
I need them.